Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. So in this class number 9, we are going to learn conditional execution of code in Rust. So first of all, we have to understand what is conditional execution of code, how to use if block in Rust, how if one and the block whatever we write is different from if true in Rust. We try to understand it by practical, and how to return a value by if block in Rust. Remember that this if block also return a value. So how we can use it like that? So first of all, we have to understand conditional execution of code. So we go to the VS Code and here I create a new project. I say cargo new, I say class 9 and I say if block. Project is created, then go to class 9 and here we have the new project src main.sr. Here we have to learn conditional execution of code. Remember that if I run this code like this, I say cargo run, so we have hello world without any problem. You see hello world we have done. But if I want to execute this hello world by conditional, so I say if I create a one variable also, I say let, I say x i32 equal to 10 like this. I say if x is greater than equal to 10, then I want to execute this particular line. I say here value of x is less than or equal to 10. Okay, and if I run it like this, first of all, you see I run it and you have value of x is less than equal to 10. So we have conditionally execute this code. If this condition is true, then this code will execute, otherwise not. So if is greater than 10 and equal to, if I say it is 8, remember, so I would not have any output. You see no output is there. Why? Because this condition is false. But if I say else, remember, and here I print this value again and I say, and it is not less than, I have to use it here greater than, and here I have to use less than 10, not equal to. Save this. Now you will see that if I run it, so it will show me value of x is less than 10. So conditionally I am executing the code. If it is true, I am executing this. If it is false, I am executing this. So that is the mean of conditional execution of code. It is simple use of if block. So how to use if block I have explained you. Also, what is the difference between this and this, that we have to understand. It is most important in Rust. You see that here I am giving a condition. For example, in place of that, if I say if it is a x, remember that if it is a x, it is an integer type, that means the value of x is greater than 0. That means it is true. If this condition is true, we have to execute it. If this condition is false, we have to execute this. So I run it, you see error. So it's showing error. Remember that. So x is a error here. And suppose I say 1 here and I try to run it. You see again we have a error. Why? But if I run this code in other programming language like in C, JavaScript or Java, Python, if I run that code on those programming languages, then it is a successful code. No error at all. But in Rust, if is not so simple. Here, if block doesn't want any integer. It want true or false. Means it want here expression, and that expression should return a value in form of boolean. So it's saying expected bool found integer. That means here it required boolean value, not integer value. It is an integer value. But if I say here true, remember, if I say true is a boolean value, that means this block will execute now. I run it and you see this block is executing here. You see it done. Remember that. So you can see that in Rust, if true and if one both are different. Remember that if one and if true is different. If one is an error, if true is a successful execution of true statement in if. So remember that it is not like other programming language. It's different. Here it need only expression, means here we need only expression that return true and false. It may be true, it may be false. If I say here false, so it will execute the else block. You see, we have a else block also. It's a simple one. Now last one in if is how to return a value from if block. Remember that in other programming languages it's not possible to return a value by if, but in Rust programming language we can return a value by if also. That means if we can use as a expression. So how to return that value, I'm going to explain you. Here we have another if block, and here I say that if x greater than 10, then it should return x plus 100. Remember, I'm using expression. Else x plus 200. Remember that. And here I need to take a variable. I say result equal to this. Remember, and here I need put semicolon. So if this is greater than 10, then this statement is true. Then we have to execute this code, otherwise we have to execute this code. And here I print the println, and here I say value of result is equal to, here I say result like this semicolon, and I try to save it and I try to run it. You see, value is 208. Why? Because this is false, so else block will execute. Value of x is 8, so 200 plus 8 is 208. If I say the value is 20, the condition is true, and then we have 120 as the answer because it will plus 100 in x. So you see that this if block I am using as a expression and it returning a value. Remember that the last statement is to return a value. If I want to print something, I can print also. I can say println. So I say true condition, or I can say return by true condition. Save this also. I make a semicolon, runs one again, and you see that it's executing return by true condition. That means we can write some statement also, but for last line should be like this as an expression, so it can return a value. Remember that. Same we can do here also. So we have learned here how to use if. Here go to PPT. So what is conditional execution? We have learned how to use if block in Rust. We have used what is the difference between if one and if true. If block in Rust, if one is an error, if true is successful execution of true condition, and how to return a value by if block. That all the questions we have covered. These are all interview questions in Rust regarding if block. So we have understand each and everything about if block. If you like this video, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.